I was diagnosed in 1993, 2004, and 2007.
I had breast cancer. I'm a survivor, 15 months.
I'm a breast cancer survivor. Don't worry, you're going to get through this.
I developed or discovered that I had breast cancer in '03.
I am a 16-year survivor of breast cancer. I know, woohoo!
My diagnosis was a year ago, this past April. Went in actually in January for a GYN follow-up with my OB because my son was only 6 months old at that time. So it was kind of a shock to hear about that, again, thinking you're going in for a routine mammogram, no history, and only being 39 that you were diagnosed with breast cancer. I didn't ever cry about it though, because I think one thing is that I have 3 little boys. You know, what do I have to do to get through this?
Like I said, it was my 39th birthday present when I got diagnosed. And actually I got diagnosed through a routine mammogram. So one of the messages that I tell everyone is do your routine mammograms. They are so critical. Had I not been diagnosed with my routine mammogram, by the time they would have actually been able to feel my cancer, because it was so deep, it would have been so far gone. There would have been a lot different options, or fewer options really, for me at that point in time.
My tumor was relatively small, but if I hadn't found it myself, I was 41, and actually had not started having mammograms, which I was supposed to start that year, but I had not had a mammogram yet. So if I hadn't found my own lump, it could have been some more time that went on before detection. From that moment on, of course, I was worried and suspicious. I actually have a family history of breast cancer. I have 2 aunts. One who passed away with breast cancer and one who has had a double mastectomy but is living. And so, of course, that put a worry in my mind.
I had a mammogram. 6 months later, I had a 4-centimeter tumor, and I found it myself. You kind of have an outer body experience. You don't realize it's happening to you. I mean, it's scary. You think it's somebody else, you know, that you hear all the statistics and you become one, and it's scary.
I didn't find my cancer. My physician found the cancer because I was doing a routine annual physical, and at that time I was 26, and during that time they didn't recommend a mammogram, but based on my family history, it was suggested that I get a mammogram. And through the BSE, which is my own breast self-exams that I do myself, and with the physician, they found breast cancer.
As part of my treatment, I had a lumpectomy and a lymph node dissection. So that was the treatment I chose at that point in time. Lumpectomy literature had just really become pretty robust when I got diagnosed. And so that was the option that I chose for treatment. So I had those surgeries, then I had chemotherapy. I had 6 months worth of chemotherapy, and then I had radiation therapy on top of that.
I was diagnosed in January, had surgery in March, and was finished with everything by August, and had hair again by New Year's Eve. It was short and cute and curly, but I had hair. So it was a very short blip in my life, really, in the big picture of life.
I went through chemotherapy. We were very aggressive, so my tumor was just a little bit big enough that I could get neoadjuvant chemotherapy, which we were all for because any cancer cells in my body, we wanted them out.
In 1993, I was very sick, and they didn't have the medicines that they have today. And My third bout, I had to do chemo again. And I was like, oh my gosh, I remember back in 1993, I lost a lot of weight. So I looked at it like, oh, I'm getting ready to go on this crash diet. But you know what? The medicine was so good, I gained weight. I'm like, oh my goodness. But all is well. I made it through the treatment, and medicines have gotten better.
Do self-breast exams. You know, don't wait for somebody else to find that for you if you can, you know, feel it yourself.
The importance of early detection, getting your mammogram on time, is the key, and it doesn't matter what age you're at, especially the younger ones, because I know we have a tendency, you know, as we're young, well, we'll deal with it, well, we put it to the side, and maybe, especially women who have kids and are like, well, I can't get to it. Well, you do it for them, and you do it for your family, and you get it done when you can, so that, and earlier the better.
They just need to go every year, have their mammograms. They need to do their self-exam, which is the way I found out that I had breast cancer.
You are in control, and nobody loves you the way you love you, so you have to let someone know that you care about yourself and get regular mammograms, visit your doctor. I think key thing is to get acquainted with your own breast. Nobody knows your breast the way you know them.
Our health is the gift we get. And it's a gift we need to take care of and a gift we need to nurture. And women are often, don't take care of themselves because they're taking care of others. But the reality of it is we can't take care of others if we have not first cared for ourselves. If we've not first looked at our own health care needs, if we've not first looked at our physical needs and our mental needs. And so it's so important that we as women take care of ourselves and that you give that gift back to yourself. You've been given the gift of life, you've been given the gift to care for others, and what you really want to do is give a gift to yourself as well and take care of your health.